The entire game was actually unfair even before the rules.
And what do you mean? Are you saying that?
Yes, the game itself was unfair before the Angels made the rules.
Okay, let's talk about that. Explain.
Now I'm gonna tell you what. No, listen, I'm gonna tell you why it was unfair.
Life is unfair.
Because if you notice, the Angels, the bag of chips that Andy had were the better chips. And then when you went out and listen, he had the chips that were worth more. And when you went out and traded and you did well, you came back to this group with your chips. So all the good chips kept coming back to this bag. And then once the rules started, they were keeping their chips and only trading for high chips. So high chips kept coming back to this group.
But how though? Because I was in the Andy group before.
Listen to what I'm saying. He had the good chips originally. And then when you traded and you got your good chip, you got sent to that group with your good chip. So you kept putting good chips back in that bag.
So you should have good chips.
But you should have,
because I was in
listen,
my group.
You started off with that group first.
Exactly. And in
You
the
should
spirit
have
of
learned how to
fairness.
trade.
Exactly.
Listen, y'all wasn't.
So you're saying the game was rigged?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my
So
God.
anybody else feel that the game was rigged? You say the game wasn't rigged?
No, I'm not
Not
saying
to say,
nothing.
hold on.
I'm saying my part was to
Don't
me
misconstrue
that I
the
felt.
point. You can still do good. I'm just saying it was a slant from this group originally.
It was a slant from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not to say that you couldn't do good even with that slant, but it was a slant.
Okay. Anybody
I
else?
feel like the game was all about the beginning. If the beginning you find yourself in a good position, if you build yourself to be in the angel group,
Exactly.
that will be it.
You work hard and
if you
become to
didn't
stay
work
in
hard
that
at the
position.
beginning, it's
How
really
many
hard.
people in
You
Andy's
started
group
off there,
actually
you got
worked hard?
I didn't work that.
You worked
I
hard?
worked hard to get them chips.
What did you do?
I advertised. I went around and pretty much I tried to build up my chips to pretty much better myself to move up to
So
get the highest.
did you
score.
work harder than anybody else in this room?
No, I wouldn't say I worked harder than everybody else, but I worked hard.
Actually work harder from being in Aisha group than Angie group. In Angie group, I was making the rule, you know. And in Aisha group, I had to use my brain and get the better chip I could, you know, to get the point. Yeah, and I work harder there than being in Angie group.
Okay. Anybody else? How about the people in this center group? How did you feel?
I just had the same chips over and over, blue and white, blue and white. And the green one, that second rule, y'all killed me. Oh, give the best chip away. I had 35 points. That dropped me down to nothing.
You guys are the reason we made the rules.
It's
Because
life.
the minute they realized we were angels and everything, we were able to make rules, they started giving us lesser value
Exactly.
chips. So
That's
therefore, that's why we changed the rules. We're like,
So you're blaming the rules you made.
they were trying to,
on everybody else.
they were trying to bring us down. Everybody started hitting you with white chips. Nobody wanted to give a blue chip or a red chip. So if I'm going to trade and I only have good chips to give, then I got to trade with you
But do
regardless.
you blame them for not giving you their best chip?
No,
Were you
I don't
giving-
blame them.
were you
but
giving
if
them
I
your
only
best
have,
chip?
if I only have good chips, I have no choice but to trade. And you give me, all you offer me is a white chip, and I know I only have green chips. I'm losing out by trading with you. So you got what your hand called for. Those rules were instilled because you should have gave me a blue chip instead.
Wow.
They were trying to knock us down, and we just wanted to stay on top. That's all I'm
They're
saying.
trying to knock you down, but you all decided to.
We already
We
were on
wanted to
top.
stay on top. I wanted to stay there. I wanted to stay there.
I also felt compassion, like, you know, I wanted to help. So I reached a situation where I had 3 green chips and blue chips. And I saw somebody who was desperately to pass his white chips. So I gave him the white chip. And, you know, so that was compassion for that person. So, you know, I didn't really trade to win that way. I was just like, you know what.
But you stayed in this group and you made rules that
but
didn't necessarily help everybody.
But at that point I helped that person, but it didn't hurt me at some point. So I said, oh, I had 3 chips anyway.
So it made you feel good that you gave
Yeah,
her.
You mind it.
Aw.
That's life.
so it made you feel good to give away.
Yeah.
But you stayed in this group and you
Yeah,
continue
make
to
sure
make
to
rules
stay
that
that
work.
but you know, giving that, it doesn't hurt me.
Gotcha.
It's making the sense that they killing me at the same time.
Anybody else? How did you feel? I at least heard 2 different types of feelings. Frustration over here and, you know, felt good over here. Like, it was a good game.
Yeah.
Interesting. How did you feel being in this group, having to stand, and with me encouraging you? How did you feel about my encouragement?
I felt that the encouragement was very condescending.
You felt my encouragement was
Yes,
condescending?
it was actually discouraging, a little upsetting.
I want to apologize to the people over here. It's just part of the game, right? Anybody else? How did you feel about the encouragement?
Oh, I wasn't.
No, but please, comment.
About the encouragement?
Yeah, or anything.
Well, I felt being in the middle group that I couldn't change the rules, but I could change the way that I played. So I just made sure I stayed away from the evil agents. So every time they walked towards me,
I don't know why you guys didn't just trade
She
them
made
and
a
stuff.
valuable point. Exactly.
that was one part. And as far as the people that were on the bottom, I can say like I work in sales, and sometimes you're given a territory that's doing really well. Sometimes you're given a territory that's in the bottom. It doesn't matter. If you don't change the numbers, you're out of a job. So that's why I guess the lesson is that no matter what chips you're given, you have to learn how to play with the hand that you're dealt.
Yep.
That's right.
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
I was struggling there, but I keep on in the group, but I wasn't in the group. On third.
Interesting. Let's well, the game was rigged, and it was rigged from the beginning. It was rigged from the beginning, and the gold bag is mainly green chips.
What I told you.
I think I put maybe one or two green chips in the red bag, and maybe 5 green chips in this bag. There were close to 30 plus green chips in this bag.
Watch when I do stuff.
There were 2 white chips in that bag. So it was rigged from the beginning. But I want to make a point about language and going back to the first activity we did. I want to make a point about language. In fact, let's go this way, and I'll come back. Right. There are certain languages that are valued more than others, and it's something that we know. Like standard English is valued more than other varieties of English, even though the title standard English isn't even standard English, right? Right? Like we use a noun, standard, to modify another noun, English, which goes against the rules of standard English, because in standard English, a noun can't modify a noun. Right? Which means certain people can break the rules and certain people can't. For instance, I can take another noun, like friend. You're my friend. And I can break the rule. If I'm in a position of power, if I'm in this angels group, I can friend you on Facebook, right? That noun becomes like a verb. Like, wow, when did that noun become a verb? But let's say if people over here use friend as a verb, it would be immediately called into question. Immediately called into question.